Red Dead Online is dying. This is a term you hear a lot, and whether it is dying or not, we don't know, but it's bleeding heavily. The majority of the players agree this game is very stale. The minority who disagree still finds joy in the game, but that minority is shrinking with each and every passing day. A common criticism you hear, well, this game is just in beta. And yeah, this is true. Loads of features are still to be added in the coming months, even years. Look at GTA Online, the Rockstar Games title that even after all these years goes stronger than ever. But when we look at the core of the game, what makes Red Dead Online, well, I'm very concerned about this game. And believe me, as a YouTuber whose primary focus is around Rockstar Games titles, I wanted this game to succeed. I wanted it badly, not only for everyone just to have fun, but also for the sake of my channel. I want to have fun creating content in games, but how can I have fun creating content if the game is as barren as it is? I haven't even touched the game in weeks now, and this is upsetting to me. There is simply no incentive at all for me to fire up the game. Rockstar had one chance at giving its player base a good first impression, and although the start of the game was impressive, it was fun, it didn't take long for the cracks in their world to show. This video is not your simple rant about the game. It's easy to criticize the game, but I feel that it's not helpful to anyone at this point. I will not go easy on Red Dead Online, but I will try to offer ideas and solutions to the problems that are in the game right now. Solutions that I will think that will benefit the game, its players and Rockstar in the long term. A lack of content is the worst thing for a game to have, and the problem is people are leaving Red Dead Online. They go back to GTA, move to different games, and well, the question is, what will bring people back? A question that I cannot answer right now, cause whatever that first update is, it needs to be that big that it rekindles the flame for everyone, so everyone can see that shed of light of longevity in the game. And that's where Red Dead Online's biggest problem is. No one can see the longevity in Red Dead Online. There are outstanding ideas floating around in the community, one being a pitch by Dirty Worka. He said that this game could be revolutionary if they did an evolving timeline. Dirt roads get paved, gas lamps turn electric, horses become cars, repeaters become Tommy guns, a 30-year timeline with map and content evolving from 1899 to 1929. People would be addicted to DLCs. Now, while some people might love this idea, others might hate it, but regardless, for the majority of players, it's a great reason to check back upon Red Dead Online, to explore the world again, to maybe fall in love with the world they fell in love with when playing single player. There's a little other game out there who does something very similar, and that game is the most successful game in history, Fortnite. Fortnite keeps adding content to the game, not only weapons, vehicles, emotes, but also map changes. The game is constantly evolving. That, alongside its accessibility, is the biggest factor of Fortnite's success. But we have to be realistic. It's very unlikely Rockstar will do, or even that something like this is possible for a game as complicated as Red Dead Online. But whatever that first update might be, it has to be huge. It has to get everyone talking about Red Dead Online again. They can't do what they did with GTA Online. They can't give the players something like beach bums, which brought a handful of new cars and weapons to GTA Online as its first update. But the lack of content is not the core of Red Dead's problem. Red Dead Online is a third-person shooter/RPG hybrid. At the moment, the shooting part takes the forefront, but the problem is the shooting is absolutely terrible in Red Dead Online. There's no skill gap, the lock-on is that hard that you just feel dirty when you equip a weapon that is meant to kill tiny critters and absolutely destroy the opposition with it. Rockstar has always had this issue with getting shooting right in their games, except for one game, which is Max Payne 3. The lack of free aim is devastating for a lot of game modes. The showdown playlist gives the players zero satisfaction. Where's the fun in aiming, tilting your right analog stick up ever so slightly and squeezing your trigger? That's Red Dead shooting mechanics in a nutshell. And actually that's not even in a nutshell, that's exactly what it is. You lock on, aim up and shoot. You do that until someone does it to you. The spawn points are messed up in every showdown map. And speaking of showdown maps, Rockstar decided that about 8 locations is more than enough for everyone. There is an outcry to turn the game more into an RPG than a shooter. There are countless of posts on Reddit wanting the players gone from the minimap, so it's just the player encounters that are way more exciting, to bring more meaning to your own existence in this world. That is the definition of a good RPG, that you feel that you are a part and have meaning in the world, and you're not just a character roaming around on this big open map. But will this help? Well, actually yes. Once again we have to look at another game who does something very similar, Sea of Thieves. What is Sea of Thieves? Sea of Thieves is a first-person shooter slash RPG hybrid. But in this game, RPG took the forefront and the hardcore player base loves this. It makes encounters with actual players really exciting. One moment you can be cruising around doing your pirate thing in the wide open oceans, while the next moment you see sails in the distance coming at you. This experience is absolutely unique in gaming. Both games are very similar in regards of the lack of content. They are both being tarnished by this. But what Sea of Thieves nailed is its own profile and identity. Sea of Thieves is a game about being a pirate. And if you love role-playing as a pirate, you love Sea of Thieves. And unfortunately, we cannot say the same about Red Dead Online. Even for the biggest fans of the cowboy genre, you feel that the game is lacking and stumbling on so many fronts. It hurts the experience for everyone in the long run. Red Dead Online's biggest problem is its identity crisis. It doesn't know what it wants to be or who it wants to appeal to. You can see the framework of GTA Online only without the content. You need to keep an eye on your cores and weapon stats, but that's as far as survival goes in this game. You are given a great open world where you can be whoever you want, as long as you are hunting animals or hunting other players. You can buy yourself the fastest horse in the game, and there's a great selection of those. But the horse races are bland and the horses bear no meaning at all. And this is a problem that is unfortunately too late to fix. You can't expect Rockstar to patch the game and give it a massive overhaul to put the emphasis on shooting, on RPG, on racing or whatever. But what they can do is make separate lobbies. The role-playing game player base would simply love a hardcore mode where you have to eat and drink to survive, where all players would disappear from the map, where your camp becomes a hub for survival needs and not just a space on the map where you walk ever so slightly slower. A lobby like that would not be very inviting for griefers and players who just wish to see the world burn, and gives the players who enjoy hunting and possible future free mode endeavors a chance to enjoy the game at their own pace. The player base who are heavily invested in shooting, give them free aim lobbies. That way everything becomes more competitive and rewarding, whether it's defending or attacking in free mode or just simply playing the showdown matches. It will be a better experience for those players. So basically what I'm suggesting, a casual mode that is exactly as it is now, a survival mode for the RPG players and a free aim mode for the competitive players. That way you can keep the game intact, but split the player base in 3 very simple parts. It wouldn't kill the game or give empty lobbies. I've heard the outcry for private lobbies, but giving those will definitely result into splitting the player base too far. Content. Let's talk about content, and with talk I actually mean talk together. Any ideas that you have, leave them down below in the comments. Upvote your favorite ideas. If by the off chance Rockstar sees this video, I want them to look down and see what the player base wants and what you guys feel you need. I have many ideas on what I would like to see added that would improve longevity. For instance, way more functionality for your camp. Your camp should become the base of operations in free mode. A place where you, for instance, can bring carcasses of animals and have them delivered to the nearest town. A place where you can invest in upgrades like walls, actual housing and much more. A place you can have things delivered to you after you bought them from your travel guide. I want to see gambling return. I want to see more free mode activities like maybe searching for gold or bounty hunting. I want the trapper to return for you to make specific clothing items. And I want special free mode events just for you and your posse, like the hunt for legendary animals. There's a crazy amount of great ideas floating around and you guys are a wealth of those. So let everyone know your idea, explain them to your fellow viewers. And that's what this game needs right now, your input, your ideas. And as soon as certain ideas are being received well by your fellow viewers, I will take it upon myself to submit it to them and also tweet to them. They follow me on Twitter, so their chances are quite big that they see those tweets. I think that would conclude this video well. Now if you haven't done so already, please follow me on Twitter. I always love chatting with you guys over there. The link to that will be in the pinned comment on this video. Be sure to leave a like and maybe subscribe for more gaming content like this. See you later, folks.